For over a decade, HBO built the Game of Thrones franchise on a simple, unspoken rule: one Westeros series per year. That trend began with the debut of Game of Thrones in 2011 and continued, even through delays, pandemic-related production pauses, and controversial finales. But with House of the Dragon Season 3 and A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight now confirmed to premiere in 2026, that 15-year rhythm is about to end. And while more content might seem like a win on the surface, it could turn into one of the franchise's riskiest moves yet. From scarcity to saturation. When Game of Thrones debuted, HBO redefined what appointment television looked like in the streaming age. With one season a year, typically 10 episodes long, the show became a global phenomenon, each season an event, with cultural conversations unfolding week to week. Even when the final 2 seasons were delayed, Season 7 arrived 13 months after Season 6, and Season 8 took nearly 2 years, fans waited with bated breath. But this model of limited, focused storytelling helped elevate the brand. The gaps between seasons weren't just acceptable, they built hype. That anticipation and the scarcity of content made Westeros feel epic and essential. Fans might have grumbled about the wait, but they always showed up. Now, with both House of the Dragon and The Hedge Knight arriving in the same calendar year, HBO is breaking from that tradition. For the first time ever, audiences will have 2 Westeros shows in the same year. It's a move that feels more corporate than creative, and one that could undermine everything that made the franchise a cultural force. What's behind this sudden schedule shift? The decision to push The Hedge Knight to 2026, after it was originally slated for a 2025 premiere, has little to do with storytelling and everything to do with strategy. Warner Bros. Discovery, HBO's parent company, is expanding the Max streaming platform into 12 new international markets. To make the launch impactful, executives want to offer both Westeros series as high-profile global content. From a business standpoint, it makes sense. But from a fan's perspective, the shift feels disorienting. Viewers who were expecting The Hedge Knight in late 2025 are now being asked to wait until some point in 2026, alongside House of the Dragon Season 3, which is already working with a reduced episode count and a likely spring or summer release. It's a big change from the reliable annual cycle that helped the franchise grow. The risk of franchise fatigue. While more content might sound like a reward after years of long waits, there's a real danger of Westeros fatigue. Part of what made Game of Thrones work so well was its sense of occasion. Fans tuned in weekly, digested each episode, and speculated in forums, podcasts, and social media. But when House of the Dragon Season 2 dropped after a 2-year wait, many fans were frustrated by its short 8-episode run and cliffhanger ending. Now, with 2 shows overlapping in the same year, there's a risk of overexposure. Even worse, the 2 series are very different in tone and scope. House of the Dragon is a sweeping political epic, heavy with war, betrayal, and tragedy. The Hedge Knight, based on George R.R. Martin's Dunk and Egg novellas, is a smaller, more character-driven story. It has charm and heart, but lacks the high-stakes warfare and dragons that casual fans associate with the franchise. If fans grow tired of the heavier HOTD, they may flock to The Hedge Knight. Or worse, feel overwhelmed and disengaged from both. Could this undermine HOT's momentum? House of the Dragon Season 2 is already under scrutiny for its rushed pacing and reduced episode count. Showrunner Ryan Connell has promised Season 3 will include 4 battles and at least 1 conceptual episode, a tall order for just 8 episodes. With production already underway and a release window expected in mid to late 2026, fans are hopeful that the story will regain its footing. But sharing the spotlight with a second Westeros series could undercut that momentum. Instead of HOTD feeling like the flagship show in 2026, it may end up battling for attention with its smaller sibling. That's not just a marketing challenge, it's a storytelling one. And if fans start picking favorites or skipping one series over the other, the franchise's long-term sustainability may be at risk. What made Game of Thrones work was the wait. There's a reason Game of Thrones didn't need multiple spin-offs running simultaneously to dominate pop culture. It thrived on patience. The anticipation between seasons built excitement and gave each episode weight. When House of the Dragon arrived, it wisely returned to that formula, just 10 episodes a season, with breathing room between installments. HBO's decision to cram 2 series into a single year might help launch Max in new markets, but it threatens the very DNA of the franchise. Fantasy fans don't want quantity, they want quality, and they're willing to wait for it. Final thoughts: a delicate balance. In 2026, HBO will do something it's never done before: double up on Westeros. That might sound like a gift to fans who've spent years waiting for more content, but it could backfire if not handled carefully. Timing, pacing, and marketing will be crucial. If the network overextends its flagship franchise, it risks pushing away the same fans it's trying to entice. For now, fans are left with uncertainty. Will Season 3 of House of the Dragon deliver on its promise? Will The Hedge Knight offer something new and refreshing? Or will 2 shows in one year be too much of a good thing? HBO is gambling big in 2026, and for the first time in 15 years, the world of Westeros may feel a little less special.